Extra, extra, we're back with another entry. Today's topic, the controversial NFAC, the Not Fucking Around Coalition led by Grandmaster Jay. The founder / leader of the all-black militia known as NFAC has been making real waves. His name is on everybody's lips, and he's turning heads in every state that they show up in. No matter what's going on, Grandmaster Jay seems to be the real deal. He stands out, he knows how to use social media, etc., etc. I implore you, if you haven't already, to check out our previous video called "Is the Real Grandmaster Jay Sounding the Alarm?" When it comes to African Americans in North America, Grandmaster Jay is vocal. He demands reparations, and he's saying he's the oppressor's worst nightmare. So if you haven't already, once again, check out our previous video. But right now, let's sink our teeth into today's topic and today's entry. NFAC militia leader says Saturday's planned march is about, quote, justice for Breonna Taylor, end quote. Louisville, Kentucky, WDRB. The leader of an armed militia group says he has come to Louisville as part of an organized response to demand justice for Breonna Taylor. Meanwhile, a city leader is advising people to avoid downtown this weekend because of a potential for violence from groups with, quote, very different viewpoints, end quote. Pictures and videos have been all over social media announcing that the NFAC, the so-called Not Bleeping Around Coalition, is expected to be in town this weekend. Organizers say the NFAC shows up when the black community doesn't get answers regarding cases like the fatal police shooting of Breonna Taylor. The group says it plans to openly carry weapons on Saturday during a noon march, beginning at Baxter Park and moving to Jefferson Square. The group is urging members to show up wearing all black, to carry semi-automatic weapons, and to be peaceful. A man who calls himself Grandmaster Jay is the leader of the group. Quote, once it gets to that point where it looks like the government is non-responsive to the will of the people, the Constitution says to the form of the militia to address the grievances of the people. Grandmaster Jay said, quote, I didn't write it. They wrote it. We just abide by it. So that's our next destination, because when it looks like the government is being indifferent to the people have the right to form themselves and arm themselves to ask those questions, end quote. NFAC said it's unacceptable that so much time has passed, more than 100 days, since officers shot and killed Taylor in an early morning raid on March 13th. Grandmaster Jay said he's talked to city leaders, but that it's time for a new mayor, a new city council, and community policing. He said NFAC has been working with LMPD's Special Operation Division as well as state police and other agencies, and there's an agreement that those law enforcement agencies are in charge of first response if anyone gets aggressive with NFAC. Police are also closing off streets around Jefferson Square and setting up barriers between NFAC and potential counter-protesters Saturday. The following street changes were announced for Saturday beginning at 8 a.m. 1. Close down Jefferson Street between 4th and 7th Streets. 2. Close down Liberty Street between 5th and 7th Streets. 3. Close down 5th Street between Market Street and Muhammad Ali Boulevard. 4. Close down 6th Street between Market and Liberty Streets. On Friday afternoon, Metro Councilman Kevin Kramer, R11, urged residents to stay away from the downtown Louisville area on Saturday. Quote, the potential for violence will be heightened as we will more than likely have a number of highly armed groups representing very different viewpoints as well as other groups all situated within a block of each other, he said. While efforts are being made to ensure a safe environment to all persons present, I would caution you that the potential for violence will exist, end quote. Kramer told WDRB Friday that he hopes things go smoothly. Quote, As an elected official, I would like to stand up and say our city is safe and we're going to protect you. But I've watched the way that the police department has been instructed to respond in the past, and I don't have a lot of confidence that the police department is going to have the resources that they need should something go wrong, end quote, he said. Kevin Kramer is looking like this. Sound the alarm. We got the NFAC on their way. Nobody's going to be able to protect us or them if something goes wrong. The police department is useless. Sound the alarm. Just a little jokey joke. You know how we do it at Jonda's Journal. But isn't it interesting how armed militias, more than one, will be in the same place with opposing viewpoints? Man, I could see why Kevin Kramer is so worried. But, like we always do at about this time, this is the part of the entry where we part ways. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section because you guys know how I value your opinion. What do you make of all this? Why do you think the real Grandmaster Jay and his all-black militia, the NFAC, stand out amongst everybody else? Is it because he's more vocal? Is it because he's more militant? Is it because of his superior attitude as an all-black man, a founding leader of a militia that's radical? It sounds interesting. Talk to me. I talk back. If you like today's video and you learned something, hit the like button. If you want others to see what you learned and to know about the real Grandmaster Jay and the NFAC militia, hit the share button. I don't mind. If you haven't already, subscribe. Consider yourself called to action. Until next time, peace.